Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Shakira over here with another video. Hoping you're doing great because I have missed you guys so much. Those that are seeing me for the first time, my name is Shakira. I'm from Uganda, Kampala. And please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time that I post a video. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always, passing by, for always supporting you girl. I really appreciate. So today I'm here to tell you guys a story. I promised you guys some time ago, like I'm going to be bringing here some motivational stories, so that we can all be motivated when it comes to dating, finding love and things like that. And this is our first episode of Let's Talk with Shakira. Yes, I'm going to name my series Let's Talk with Shakira, where we get to sit down with some people and talk. And today we unfortunately don't have a guest, but the story for today is going to be my story. I'm going to tell you guys my story so that you guys can get something from it. I've actually found some people that have messaged me on my TikTok saying, oh Shakira, because of this and this, because of what you said, I tried my best and I have found somebody. And nothing makes me so happy like that. Mostly when you are all trying to find love and something that I say or maybe put out there helps somebody to find love, it makes me so happy. But in a few weeks, I'm going to be having my first sit down with somebody, and I'm not going to be sharing any details. I'm going to be surprising you guys. Yeah, but we're already in the talks. I'm going to be having my first guest on the channel very soon. Enough about the yapping and right into the video. So I'm going to tell you guys my story of how I spent over 4 years on dating apps and finally found somebody in over a week. And if you guys don't know, we are married. Yes, I am married. I found out about the dating apps back in 2020 during the COVID era. At that time, we were in lockdown. We had a lot of time. We spent most of our times on the phone. So while scrolling through TikTok, because that time TikTok was so popular because people were so bored and they were always creating content. So I was very frequent on TikTok and I used to scroll TikTok almost every single day because I had nothing else to do. So that's how I noticed or found out about dating apps. I remember finding some lady's page. I think she was talking about her story, about how she met her man, and she was talking about she had been married to this guy for 10 years, but she met this guy on her for introductions. I actually don't remember the person specifically, but I just remember scrolling through and finding that person's page on my FYP. So I kind of got, interested, like, I do not have any boyfriend right now. I haven't been in any serious relationship. Like, who knows? I can go try out these things. I can go try out these dating apps. So I had data. I would rather go hungry, but never lack data. So I ran because the first dating app that I knew about was that one that lady was talking about, Afro introductions. So I searched for Afro introductions. I tried signing up and everything. And I was there chatting and things were not working out because most of the time I was getting messages from people that had not paid. So I kept on thinking like, is there any other app? So I became a visitor to YouTube. Like I would watch YouTube videos. That's when I got introduced to, people online dating, couples, interracial through YouTube. So I would watch YouTube videos and people would be talking about dating apps that you can that you can go to, dating apps that they found, or top 10 dating apps. So I learned about very many dating apps. And I remember finding this lady, I think she was called Orient. I don't remember if that was her name, but she was talking about how she found her man on Worklog. And she had like a young looking man. And for the time that I had been doing my research at that time, I mostly found people like with older guys. And I was like, is it only the older guys that are out there? So I told myself, like, I'm going to look for somebody, but I don't want, like, an older guy, like, old guy. You get what I mean? So when I found that lady's page, I was kind of like, so there's also young guys on this dating app. So I went to Worklog. I downloaded Worklog. I put everything that was required, pictures, my profile and everything. I was ready to go, guys. I was ready to roll. So I began chatting on Worklog because Worklog was completely free. There was like, I think video calls and stuff. I don't remember clearly because it's been a few years now. But I was now rolling on Worklog. And guess what? I did meet somebody, and this person was from Canada. He was young, he was handsome, and on his page it showed that he was from Canada. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Since I have so much time, I mean, I can talk with people that are not from Uganda. Who cares? You know, I was just open at that time to chatting with people. And one thing about me, I'm very, very chatty because, you know, you get me in a good mood. So I had so much time when lockdown, you're not allowed to walk to any other place. So chatting it was. So I met this guy. So he said he was from Canada and we talked. That very day, the guy was professing his love for me. And guys, I was so new to this thing that I didn't know how it worked. Like I didn't know how it worked and I was so excited. I was like, oh my goodness. Can you imagine finding somebody? I mean, the first day this person is already professing love to you. Oh my God, I'm so lucky. It's not even going to take me so long. Oh, I was so, you know, giddy, you know, that feeling of, oh, I love you so much. Guys, it's one day I'm talking to this guy and he's already talking about how he cannot live without me. So this guy said he had a kid. A girl, and that very day was talking about the next day is his daughter's birthday and he was going to do some shopping for his daughter. Apparently he was going through a divorce. Like he just had visiting hours with his daughter, so he was going to do some shopping for his daughter. And then he asks me, can I get you something? This is like day 2 of us talking. And I'm like, well, I don't think you can get me anything because I'm all the way in Uganda and you're all the way in, you know, Canada. I don't think you can get me anything. I was like, no, I can get you something and I can send it to you. I'm like, okay, cool. If you want to, then who am I to stop you? So he goes, he does his shopping, and later in the evening, he sends me pictures of lots of things: clothing, jewelry, hair, bags, shoes, like loads of things, and plus a phone. And back then, you know, iPhone was like the 8 phone. So he sends me pictures of this iPhone and says he's gotten it for me. I'm like, okay, I'm lucky, I guess. I'm so lucky. I mean, what are the odds of finding somebody the first day and the second day he's buying you these many fancy gifts? And then he's like, oh, but I want to send you these gifts. Can you please give me your address? One thing about us people that live in Uganda, most of us don't have those physical addresses. So I'm like, I don't have a physical address. I don't know. It's like, just, you know, maybe ask a friend so that you can get an address that I can, you know, send the things to. And then I think I was at the university. I'm like, let me give this person my university address. So I give them the address of the university that I was studying at. Even though in lockdown, but the university was pretty close to where I was living at that time. So I was like, I can just go there and pick the things up and, you know. So I give this person the address of the university. And the next day, he shows me like suitcase it's packed and he's like, I've packed your things and I'm going to be sending them to the airport. And I'm so happy. So later on that day, I received a phone call. It was WhatsApp phone call from a number. It was an African number. How did I know it was an African? Because it started with a +2 something. And whenever I see a +2 something, I just know, this should be a code from some African country. And I was right because it was from Cameroon. I remember these details so vividly because, oh my goodness, I just look back and I'm like, how stupid were you? You were so naive. So anyway, I get this phone call. This person is talking and he's like, oh, so we have your things here at the airport. You need to clear for them so that you can get them. And I'm like, which airport? And he's like, some airport in Cameroon. And I'm like, what do you mean in Cameroon? The things are supposed to be in Uganda. Why are they stuck at an airport in Cameroon? And I asked him, how much are the taxes? And he's like, oh, you just need to pay $100 and that's it. Guys, at that time I didn't even have 1,000 Ugandan shillings. What do you mean $100? And I'm like, $100? I don't think I have that money. Like, you should get it because the things seem to be very expensive. Please get the $100 and we will be sending you things. And the guy that sent the things told me that he had put for me some money in the suitcase as well. So I told them, please, if you need the money, maybe just open the case and pick the money because apparently there's money inside there. Open the suitcase and get the money and pay yourselves, and then whatever is left, you can send it. I wasn't bothered because number one, I didn't put in any money. So even if they take everything, I don't care. It's not like it's my money. I'm like, pick the money and then, bring whatever remains. And they're like, no, madam, we cannot do that. We cannot open our clients' bags and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, but I don't have the money. Maybe keep them there. If I ever get the money, I'll send it. So I hung up. And immediately I hung up, the guy that sent the things calls right away. And guys, the red flag that I actually skipped, that this time that we're talking to this guy from Workblog to WhatsApp, that period it was a period of 2 to 3 days. We had never video called. So I didn't know if it was the real person or not. So anyway, Immediately I hang up. The guy calls and like, oh baby, you need to get those things. They're so expensive. I want them for you. And I'm like, I don't have the money for them. Maybe you should just take them back. If you ever get the money to clear, you will send them back. Oh my God, that like annoyed this guy so bad. He began insulting me. Oh my goodness, you're so shallow. You're so stupid. I was like, one thing about me, if you were to give me something and it involves something like you're gonna pay for this, no. So that was the last time that I heard from that guy. And then that's how I found out that people use those kind of tricks to scam people online. So you guys better watch out. People be like, I'm sending you gifts, and then they send you lots of gifts and then expect you to pay. It's the same thing people that say that they're sending you money and then they'll be like, open up an account in a specific bank and then they'll tell you to deposit some money. It's the same trick, guys. So you just have to be vigilant. Anyway, from that, I left Waplog and I tried other apps. I tried Afro Introductions and I met somebody on Afro Introductions. That was in 2022. I met somebody in Afro Introductions. We talked for some time. I actually thought this guy was going to be my future husband because we were serious. The relationship was very, very serious. So we talked for a few months. He was even planning to come see me because he had gotten his passport and stuff. But one thing that I don't like as a person is somebody that tries to dictate how I should live my life. And this guy came in my life with that kind of attitude, like he wanted to dictate how I lived my life. He wanted to call me all the time. He was very, very insecure and very, very rude. And he had anger issues. You get, if something didn't go his way, he would insult you, you know. And I am not that kind of person. I'm not going to sit back and watch somebody insult me. Obviously, I'll come back later and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. This happened to me when I was growing up. So sometimes I struggle to control my anger. I'm not going to mother you, my dear. I'm not going to be your mother. I'm not going to be the one to, you know, the one that you're going to learn how to behave. No. So I feel like it was, at first I would like, okay, maybe he's going to change. And that is the mistake that some of us make when we are on these dating apps. We'll be like, okay, maybe he's going to change. Maybe it's going to change. But the moment somebody keeps on getting comfortable with the relationship, their true nature comes out, guys. Even if this person is like, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to work on us and stuff like, I was like, no. I cannot do this. I'm still young. I still have a life ahead of me and I'm not going to be there dealing with this. Let me tell you why I broke up with this guy. So I was working in a law firm and my boss had lost his daughter. So obviously we the workers, we had to go to, to the vigil and be there, just the presence. If you've been to an African vigil or burial ceremony, you know what happens, just presence. So this guy calls me, I actually did message him and I'm like, I'm going to my boss's daughter's vigil or burial or whatever you call it. And I may not be in position to talk or pick up calls and stuff like that. So when I go there, I think in my head, I'm like, okay, I already told this guy, he already knows. So what could go wrong? Everything. So I get there, he's messaging me. Obviously the phone is in the bag. There's this whole, session going on, like priests are coming to say something, politicians and stuff, they're coming. So it's all noisy and there's lots of people. So I cannot be picking up my phone and begin, sending messages, voice messages and stuff like that. So I just messaged him like a text message. I'm like, oh, I'm at a vigil. I cannot speak right now because he was calling. He sends me a message and it's like, if you do not pick up my call, like that threatening tone. And then he begins calling. Obviously, I'm like, okay, let me just pick up this call. And I step aside, pick up the call. And this guy has the nerve to say that if it's true that I'm at a vigil or a burial ceremony, I should go and show him the coffin. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you go show me the coffin, like turn the camera around, let me see the coffin. And this is the time that I'm like, oh my God, no. I just hang up and he keeps on calling. I don't pick up. So after the whole thing, I go back home and I write to him a message. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be living like this. If you do not trust me, then there is no point of us being in this relationship. So he tries to play the manipulative card. Oh, no, I have plans for us. I want you to be my future wife, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this. No, thank you. And so I block him. So that was the end of that. In that whole online search, I did meet quite a number of people. I did talk with quite a number of people, but I had never met any of them in person. Like I would just mostly end on, chatting online, and when things don't work out, we end things because, like I said, I do not entertain nonsense. So I also met lots of people that did ghost me. Lots of people, I don't even remember some of them. You talk with somebody 1 month, everything seems to be going great. And before you know it, somebody has ghosted you with no explanation whatsoever. And guys, you'll be asking yourself, like, is something wrong with me? Is it the way I talk? What is wrong? Did I say something wrong? But guys, let me tell you something. When I had just entered the online dating scene, I used to be like kind of desperate, like, trying to see that I'm keeping people around, talking to people, like somebody would message me. I would message somebody with over like 10 different paragraphs and somebody's just replying with, okay, how are you? But so uninterested. And to me, I was like, okay, maybe I need to do more to make this person convinced or make this person interested. But then after like so many disappointments, so many ghostings, I started, I'm like, I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I just need to find my kind of person, somebody that's gonna take me for who I am. So I stopped trying to entertain people. I stopped trying to make people stay like, oh my goodness, chat, you talk so much with somebody, trying to ask them how their day was. I started returning the same energy. When somebody messages me today, good morning, tomorrow I was like, okay, I should message them good morning. When somebody asks me about my day, I will ask them about their day. But if you do not expect me to be doing that. Do not expect this whole thing to be one-sided. One thing that I learned about online relationship is you're supposed to put on the same energy, because you've come into this relationship knowing that your miles are mostly the long distance ones. You've come in knowing that I am in Uganda, you're probably in the UK, there's already that distance. So if you want it to work, you need to make it work. You're not just one person that has to make it work. So when I understood that, I was like, when I find somebody that is ready to commit, or somebody that is going to be giving me the same energy, then I will put in my 100%. Obviously, over the years, because I spent, guys, over 4 good years on those dating apps. Yeah, from 2020, because I met my husband in 2024. So over 4 good years on dating apps. So I was like, when somebody is like, I'm trying to message you, we're trying to talk about something, and you seem to be so uninterested, that is the end. That is the last time that you're going to hear me, or you're going to get a message from me. So guys, I did struggle on those dating apps, but I am so grateful that it later on worked out. So one random day, I was scrolling through TikTok again, because I had tried so many apps. Every app that used to pop around on my FYP, I would go try it out and see how it works. I remember, I think I used over 20 apps, guys. I used over 20 apps in total. So one random day, I'm on TikTok scrolling again, and somebody talks about Boo dating app. So I'm like, I have never heard of this app before. So I ran to, my Google Play Store, download Boo app, and, register and everything. And one thing about me, I'm very, very smart. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet. So I just figured out how this app worked, because it was a very complicated app, but somehow I managed to make it work. So the first days I met some people who would talk. It was nice. It was a nice app. And before you know it, I found my husband. And I did shoot my shot. Yes. Because I remember looking at his page, he was posting all about food. So I messaged him. I think I did something. I messaged him something about, can you make me some food? Or, I don't know, your food looks good. But it was something to do with the food that was on his page. So we began talking that way. We talked for an entire day on the app, like chatting, even the next day. So then he asks for my number, and we exchange contact, and we come to WhatsApp. So we chat, and this guy comes on with very, very strong energy. Like, oh my goodness, I had already gone through that when somebody is trying to love bomb you, and this person is coming on with strong energy. He's messaging long paragraphs talking about how you're so pretty, how he wants to see you in person. Mind you, this is like 3 days of chatting, of knowing each other, and somebody's coming up with this strong energy. I'm like, hold on, I don't have any money. If you want to scam me, I don't have any money. So I remember one day I was like kind of scared of the energy that he was giving me, because I remember waking up in the morning and I find a message that he left me the previous night. I woke up at around, I think, 5 in the morning. So I replied to this message, and right away the guy replies back. It's like he wasn't sleeping. So I asked him, have you been up all this time? And he's like, yeah, I was waiting for you to wake up. That scared me so much. I'm like, this guy he may not be okay. Like, what do you mean you've been waiting for somebody that you've only talked to for 3 days to wake up? And you're not sleeping, and you have work the next day? So when I got to work later on in the evening, he's still messaging, still putting in that energy, you message like simple sentence and he's replying the huge paragraph. And I'm like, I write to him, I'm like, I don't think this is gonna work. I think it's better if we just call this whole thing, whatever it is, off right now before it goes anywhere. And he's like, why? What did I do? I'm like, no, you didn't do anything. I just feel like it's not gonna work. And the guy's like, if I did something, please tell me. If I did something, I'm sorry, I'm gonna change. I'm like, nah, you didn't do anything, you're good. It's just me. I don't think it's gonna work. So the guy is like, oh, I'm sorry, and now I began feeling guilt, like, okay, maybe he's a good guy. Maybe I'm done being bad, maybe I should calm down a little bit. So I'm like, okay, he's like, okay, please, if I did something, I'm sorry, maybe give me another chance and let me prove myself to you. And I'm like, okay, cool. What am I going to lose? Nothing. It's not like he's going to pick money in my pocket in case he's trying to scam me. So I gave him a chance. And guys, that chance led to a marriage. Anyway, that chance led us to where we are today. After over 4 years on dating apps. So after chatting with him, we talked, obviously I gave him the chance. We talked for about 5 months and he came to see me for the first time because we met in 2024 February and he came to see me in August of that same year. So after 5 months he came to see me for the first time. And guys, oh my goodness, that first meeting was it was just a different story. Because imagine, guys, when I went to the airport to pick up this guy, because his flight landed at midnight. So when I went to the airport, I was thinking to myself, what if he doesn't look the way he looks? What if he's a completely different person? What if he doesn't show up? But anyway, he did show up and, he looked better than the pictures or the videos. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. But deep down, I was like, if I try to see that guy, if I spot that guy from here and he doesn't look the way he was supposed to look, I'm going to turn around and go back. But I was shaking. This was my first time meeting a stranger. Yes, I had been talking to him on video calls every single day for the last 5 months, but it was different now that I'm seeing him in person. I was like, So anyway, he came and he was okay. He was a chill guy and he went back. And again, after another 5 months, he came back. He came back in February of 2025. He came back in February. And oh my goodness, that was also another nice experience, even though the second meeting was so bad because we got robbed. But now at that time I was like, okay, now I'm so sure that this is the person that I want to be my life partner forever. And that is, on the second meeting, that is when I was like, yeah, this is the guy. After 4 whole years on a dating app. So he came back again and we finally got married. So anyway, the moral of the story is that it might take you long, guys, but it's better than, rushing into something. It's better for you to take your time than rush and marry the first person that you meet and ignore all the red flags. It's better for you to take your time, even if it takes you 5, 6 years, 7 years. But if you meet the person that you feel like is right for you, then that is it. Instead of you going on the app in 2 days, you've met somebody and then that person becomes a nightmare for you. So imagine if I had married this guy. I mean, right now, I think they would have maybe today. Because this guy was was different. He was unhinged. He was like, oh my goodness. So yeah. It might take you some time because I do get people saying, oh my goodness, I've spent so long on these dating apps. I don't know it's not working for me. Yeah, I know. But sometimes you never know. Maybe on a day that you don't seem like you're searching, the day that you're going to find somebody. And sometimes you need to revise the ways that you're spending the time on these dating apps. Because some of us are just there to sit there and, scroll, you're not messaging anybody. You're waiting for people to message you. Take your time and look through people's profiles and read and, maybe if you like somebody, tap on them and message them because I did shoot my shot. I messaged my husband. Yes. So imagine if I had not messaged him. I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be married. So yeah, sometimes you have to put the pride aside and then, shoot your shot. If you like somebody, message them and be like, hi, you look cute. I would love if we were friends. I'd love if we chat. I would love if we get to know each other. Whatever intro, whatever line you're going with, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I think I have told you guys my little story, my background story about dating apps and all of that. And I'm going to end the video here by telling you guys that I'm bringing stories like this on our page. We're going to be having sit down with so many people where we get to talk about online dating, the challenges that they faced, what kept them going, what advice would they give to somebody that is trying online dating for the very, very first time. You also can come up with your own questions that you would love for me to ask the people that we will be bringing on our sit downs, on our talk with Shakira episodes. And, we can always ask them the questions that you guys will, put for us down there. You can always go to my TikTok, Shakkie Durai. You can always go to my Instagram, Shakkie Durai. And even my YouTube, you can leave your questions in the comment section so that the next person that comes or our very first guest, we can ask that person those questions. As for now, thank you so much for watching this video at the very end. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment this video. And most importantly, hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time that I post a video. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.